Hello and welcome back to the Sideboard. I am Ruben Bressler and I am joined by Scott Tompkins, who has brought a Golgari aggro deck to the tournament today. So tell us a little bit about why you chose this, where this deck idea came from.
Okay, so starting a couple of weeks ago, I was on zombies and I was getting frustrated because I was having trouble blocking. Let's be honest, the deck doesn't block well, and once you get behind, like with a Geist or something, you're in big trouble. So I wanted something that was resilient to sweepers and something that blocked well. And so I started with wanting Lotleth Trolls and Wolfear Avengers. Regeneration, and they'll stick around through the sweeper and they block great. Obviously I wanted to pair those with Rankers. So that's kind of where I started. And I've been brewing about 2 weeks on it. And then, I hadn't quite got to this configuration. I didn't have Predator Oozes. I didn't have this configuration of the Planeswalkers.
Two Garruk.
Exactly.
Little Garruk and big Garruk.
Right. I was playing like one big Garruk and no little Garruks, and gradually they crept in a little bit. But then last week I saw at the Max Point tournament that a list, really it's only a couple cards off from this, top 16, and also won a grinder. So between what I was working on and what I saw there, kind of merged some of the ideas. And then actually this week, Brian Kibler wrote an article that referenced something very similar at the end of his article. So from those places, I kind of pulled this together, and I like it.
Now, it's very similar to last season's Dungrove Green deck.
It is.
Except for that instead of having the top end of Dungrove Elder, it splashes black for elimination.
Right, and I played that Dungrove deck. It felt good. I like to have creatures getting sideways.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just kind of an update. It's so easy to splash a color now.
Yep.
You're not penalized, so just add in the black was
and
an
you've
easy.
got the full 12 dual lands that you're available.
Absolutely, yeah.
Something that I noticed about this deck is not only is Lotleth Troll and Wolfear Avenger good against Supreme Verdict, but also Strangleroot Geist.
Yes.
And Predator Ooze,
Yes.
Which you referenced earlier, are both very good, as is Rancor. So you're basically pretty much Supreme Verdict is just a bad card against you.
It is honestly bad because usually they'll lose as many creatures or more than I do if they have to cast it. They'll lose an Angel or something, and I'm okay with that, to maybe kill an Arbor Elf.
Right.
So they really can't cast it against me. And I noticed that people weren't playing many Terminuses, maybe like one of Misers somewhere. Terminus would punish this deck awful, but nobody's playing it. So.
Right. Now you have a couple of one-ofs in the deck. You have an Ulvenwald Tracker and a Deadbridge Goliath.
Yes.
Tell me about their roles.
So first of all, the backside of the group Relentless can fetch them, and that's very relevant.
Right.
Second of all, the Tracker, as a one-of, sometimes you'll get your Predator Ooze to a 4-power, and you don't want it to be a 5-power because then it's subject to Selesnya Charm, and you don't actually want to attack with it because then it's subjected to the Azorius Charm. So the charms are some of the only ways to kill this guy. So if you get the Tracker, then you can just wipe their board.
Nice.
A 4/4 Ooze paired with the Tracker is going to kill an Angel every time. So nice little combo there, and it's definitely worth having a one-of. It also kind of has a high curve. So it's just one more thing
one-drop to be able
to push your one-drop
early.
and use your mana a little more efficiently.
Sure.
The Goliath here, he's a 5/5, which is very relevant for blocking. The 4/4...
the Smiter.
Exactly. Locks on Smiter, that's already come up twice today. I played Naya and Green-White, and he was in both of those matches very good. The Scavenge is very relevant with the Lotleth Troll and being able to get trampled. So that has come up to discard it and make a giant guy and get through.
Right, anything you scavenge onto with that guy and you put a Rancor on it, that's pretty
exactly.
much game. Yeah.
Yep, and people are scooping to that.
Yep.
So
excellent.
So far, I'm 2-1 with the deck. Pretty happy.
Nice. I want to talk briefly about a couple cards in your sideboard, though.
Absolutely.
Silklash Spider.
Yes.
Is a card that is able to block Thundermaw Hellkite.
I went with the blocking thing, right?
Yeah.
And that guy blocks for days. He's great, and then you'll untap, drop another land, and maybe be able to kill it.
Right. And it's also obviously very good at killing Lingering Souls tokens.
Exactly, and the Golgari charms also will come in if you see Lingering Souls.
Right, and also many Lingering Souls decks also have Intangible Virtue, so the other mode on that is very relevant.
It is, kills Oblivion Rings and Detention Spheres.
Yeah.
It's been good for me.
Cool. And the other card I want to talk about is Triumph of Ferocity.
Yes, Conleywood Special. It was in the max points list as well, but it's just a way to get an advantage against the control decks.
Yep.
Your planeswalkers and those enchantments are the ways to get there.
It's a Phyrexian arena for the aggro deck.
Exactly.
Excellent. Well, this looks like a ton of fun. You're 2-1. Good luck to you, sir. Scott,
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me this time.
Great. Appreciate it, Ruben.